flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed on this beautiful Friday. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call. Stormy B-Man, my brother, in here with everything. Salute to you, good brother. Columbia, G McCall, Dow Big G. Great vibes, Ray. Where you been? Salute to you, man. Great to see you. Now the 86 early in that super chat. He says salute Drew and salute to the mighty LDBC, man. Salute to you, good brother. Mac of the South. Miss Van Houder, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Let me take care of the queen. Let me wrench her up. Salute to you. Good morning. Good morning. HMC, salute. Dirt Gang Boys. Rod Neal. Bernard Gilbert. Jose, my brother, salute. Eric O. Chilltime Majors. The CDB. What up? What up? Michael Fleming in the building. Salute. All right, let's get to it. Steve L. the Max. Salute. Black Gun Owners Magazine. All right. So we had a press conference for Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Ratchet, what's up, brother? I'm riding with Mario Barrios. I would like for him to beat, batter, and stop this cheater and this racist. But I'm watching this thing, and I couldn't help to. I'm looking at Ryan. I'm like, yo, look, he's on it again. He's on that nose candy. He's on that booger sugar. He's on everything. I think he's drinking again. I think he never stopped smoking. You know, remember we pointed out the discrepancy? You know, remember when Keyshawn Davis got suspended because he was partaking in the marijuana? Remember that? But leading up to the Devin Haney public lynching, he was smoking weed on the stage. And I don't care if it was California he did it in. It's the principle of it. It's the principle of it. And nobody said anything. Look, man, I know the public, you know, I want to bring something to y'all attention. I know the public wants the boxing public I'm talking about. They still want their cake and eat it too. That's what they want. They want yeah, I saw that, Steve L. I saw that. They want their eye candy at the forefront. They don't care who's doing the work. They want their eye candy. That's why they infatuated with guys like Ryan Garcia. That's why they infatuated with yellowback monkeys like Tank Davis. They're infatuated with guys like that. They want to paint this picture. They want boxing to be like a reality show. Welcome down, Van Houder. Salute, brother. They want this to be, they want the pretty mofos. They can fight a little bit, but they want to run this like reality TV, and that's just not the case. And boxing is a dirtbag business. And as soon as the dirtbag part of the business affects them, they're screaming and crying about it. And I'm going to play for you what I'm talking about. I'm going to point certain things out. True Boxing Night. Salute, brother. Um, this kid is a whining, crying piece of trash. He's not exciting. He's not funny, because Lord knows he tried yesterday. I was not impressed. And it may be because I was biased, but the audience wasn't cracking up. It wasn't funny. He's really trying to sell this thing. And you know what? For our sniper salute, you know what the great thing that's going over everyone's head, except the idiots that did this? I'm going to make a point. I need you to pay attention. For years of boxing, these companies, Matchroom, Top Rank. Let's just focus on Top Rank and the PBC, because for a long time, they're the two big dogs. And then Matchroom tried to come in the market with AJ with the help of the Zone, and, Eddie Hearn, IROC, salute, Rick Blackwell, salute. They got derailed. Eddie Hearn was smart. He conformed. He said, who's the turkey guy? You know what? I'm not competing with him. Resistance is futile. So now Eddie's walking around with the Borg, half a cyborg face now. Let me make this point. Oh, I know, Michael. I've been seeing you. Vince, what up? Let me make this point. Just when they thought they got what they wanted, you cheat Devin because you want a guy like Ryan in the forefront. You marketed Tank Davis as this, unstoppable force. You're calling a 5-foot-tall midget a tank. I'll have none of it, but whatever. GG Champ, salute. The bad part about all of this is that you tried to force this marketing scheme of these fighters down our throats, like how these management companies has forced their man parts down these fighters' throats. Jana Hudson, salute. And what's the result, y'all? I'm gonna tell you what the results has been. You saw HBO a few years ago get out of the business of boxing. To me, at that point, it was unheard of. I said, what's going on there? But the writing was on the walls, right? When Fred from Barbershop Conversations, Unique Dawn, salute. When Fred from Barbershop Conversations, and I know y'all don't agree with him with some of the things he says, and y'all don't like his politics, look, that's fine. But sometimes when people are saying something, you have to listen before you judge it. Some people just threw out what he said because they didn't like him personally. I personally don't have a problem with Fred. Coach Hudson in the building, salute. And I was listening. I said, y'all didn't hear him just say he plays cards with these guys? And they told him, yo, Showtime getting out the business, man. Jay Vonnie, salute. Y'all didn't hear him say that? He said it a few times. He said, man, they told me over a card game. Steven Espinoza told me over a card game. They're getting out of boxing. BVO, salute. And you know what the chat was saying? Fred, you're lying. Steven Espinoza just told us that we have like 10 fights lined. I forgot the exact number. We got fights and events lined up for the whole year. Robert, what up? The whole year. And I said, yeah, he said that. But then you got Fred over here saying I play cards with these guys, and these guys told me something totally different. So maybe they were lying to Fred. Fred wouldn't make that up. He said, this is what they told me. He said, I'm just telling you what they told me because, these crackers do be lying. These crackers do be lying, so I don't know. And then what happened? Showtime got out of boxing. They got right out of boxing, like out of nowhere, right? But was it out of nowhere? Because months prior, Fred said that. He said, well, I was playing cards, and they were told, he was asking him, yo, what y'all got lined up for boxing? He said, man, we getting out the business. Huh? Why they playing poker or some shit. Huh? He comes to his platform say that, oh, Fred, you lying. Just like you lied about this and that. No. He didn't lie about anything. He had an opinion, but whatever. I remember when he said they're going out of business. Well, now they're gone. So HBO's gone, Showtime's gone. We still had ESPN, right? We had ESPN. And what happened? What happened? Y'all thought things was okay. You know why? Y'all was bamboozled. Hey, I love me some Tank. Hey, Lomachenko is the best thing since Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Hey, Tank Davis generates hundreds of millions of dollars. This is great. You remember when Eddie Hearn said AJ's such a worldwide rock star, he sold out Wembley faster than Michael Jackson. As soon as the tickets go on sale, they're gone in like 30 minutes. Remember when he said that? And then when I forgot what business stepped in, and they pretty much oversee the ticket sales over there. The next event, he did it in New York because he couldn't do the bullshit that he was doing over there, buying the tickets himself and reselling them to make it look like that AJ was his rock star. Rick Tim, salute. So he's a liar. The very next event, once they stepped in to stop that, he did it in New York. And what happened? AJ lost. You see? So HBO gone, Showtime gone, ESPN is no longer airing boxing. Boxing is now homeless. Blue Blood just revealed that Xander Zaya's next fight under Top Rank is going to be on YouTube, y'all. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Shout out to Pro Box. They said, man, YouTube is where boxing is, man. We're going to capitalize on that. So shout out to Pro Box. And let me tell you something. They put on some really, if you love boxing, you might not know the guys, but that whole makeup in boxing, when I watch Pro Box events, I might not know all the guys, but I get quality fights. It's a throwback for me because I was used to watching Friday night fights on ESPN, Tuesday night fights on the USA Network out here. I forgot what the show was called on Telemundo, and I don't speak Spanish, but I used to watch them, the boxing shows on Friday night for them. I used to be flicking channels. I love boxing. The boxing show on Fridays in the early 90s on, what was it, Telemundo or Galavision? I forgot. But that was the first time I saw Ricardo Juarez. I said, man, this kid is nice. Shout out to fool-ass Earthman in that super chat. He says, Drew Titan OG, salute to you, brother.
You fool-ass Earthman.
Salute. Fire sniper in that super chat, man. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys. All you guys. Thank you. I love boxing. I have my favorite fighters. But I'm doing them a disservice if they're out here behaving a certain way, and I'm justifying it because they're black. Bert, what up, Bert? They're black, or they're from my town, or I like how they look because some of these cats get down like that. But I'm going to keep it honest about the sport. If you're working, I'm going to support your work. If you're not working, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to extend the courtesy to you and ask you why you're not working or why something's happening. But the second I think you bullshitting me, I'm going to pull back. But when someone asks me about you, I'm going to tell the truth. I might not cut you down right away. I'm going to cut you down when you start taking my kindness for weakness. Got me out here supporting you and you full of shit. Because now you're making me look stupid and I got a brand to protect. I got a brand to protect. Fuck that. I love the sport. And I tell y'all, I love the sport. The sport don't love me back. Now, let me ask y'all a question. All the people that support Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, they'll spool the salute. And all you motherfuckers, your fighters that you supported that are either retired or gone and you can't explain what's happening, y'all can't explain why Xander Zayas and all this talent is about to have his next fight on YouTube. So now ESPN has no home. Where y'all watching boxing? Y'all remember a few years ago when Eddie Hearn said, big fights aren't made on YouTube. They're not made on social media. And we almost made Gary Russell versus Devin Haney. We almost made it. Gary Russell said no. Team Russell said, let me say this, Team Russell said no. That's not up for debate. They said no. The fight didn't happen because of them. That's no shade. That's what happened. Yep. Phenomenal Mexican in that super chat. He said Drew treated Jeff like Pinky from Friday. Shut up. Oh, you mean not Jeff, James. James. G5 Jeff is my brother. Y'all go subscribe to G5 Jeff. He has a phenomenal channel. Matsa Musa, my brother, salute. Yeah, as soon as I spoke on Tank last night, he showed up. He's like an offbeat crackhead version of Candyman. At least Candyman had a purpose. James is alive, but he's dead inside and he serves no purpose. Anyway, all of this happening in boxing is a direct reflection of them trying to shove marketing schemes in our face. Don't pay attention to the people working. It's this guy. When Bernard Hopkins described Ryan Garcia, what did he talk about? His physical appearance. He's a handsome kid. He's a handsome kid. Look at this kid. I'm like, why are you talking? What? Hello, I'm a straight male. I don't care how these kids look. Show me how you get busy in the ring. I don't want to imagine you getting busy in the bedroom. Some of y'all dudes do. Corbin, what up? Mr. Big Place, salute. And let me put this out there so y'all can hear it. I got a call this morning from a reliable source. And I'm not going to say what it is. But I'll say this. We're sitting here because it's day number 8 now, right? We're sitting here wondering, look, this is just another assault charge. All Tank had to do was answer this. This is a little excessive, him on the run from the law to this degree. It's really not. I thought it wasn't that serious. He's making it that serious. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Hold on for me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, when Pops call, you got to answer no matter what. So anyway. So I got some information, and the person that told me this, he said he can't deny, confirm. So when I said, how reliable is your source? He said, my source is very reliable. I said, okay. And I'm just going to say this. If what I heard is true, he could run to the moon. Because if it's what I heard this morning and that information leaks out, y'all don't hear me say this at all. But all you Tank channels, you might want to either close your channel or go back into your history and delete every Tank Davis video. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And before I got off the phone, when I got off the phone, I said, you know what? I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true. Hope it's not true. Because if it is, I'm not even going to, bro, listen. The roast that I'm going to do, it might be an all day, like a straight up 8-hour, like I'm at a job type shit. The roast I'm going to do is going to be retarded. If what I heard this morning is facts and that comes out, you know what's going to be weird about the roast? It's going to be facts. I'm just going to be clowning as I do it. Now, you see, let me get back to this. You see this comment right here? First of all, look at the name. OG, because this is an old man. Johnny Tight Lips. That sounds suspect. And he comes in here and says, Ryan Garcia makes way more money than Devin Haney. First of all, that's not true. Second of all, I don't worry about boxers' finances. I just want to see them fight. And a guy named Johnny Tightlips comes in here and says this. And this is why Showtime's out of boxing. This is why HBO's out of boxing. They worried about building rock stars and making marketing schemes. And then when the marketing schemes doesn't hold up to their end of the bargain, as far as sales, as far as drawing an audience, the machine can lie but so much, but the truth always pans out. The truth is Tank Davis wasn't who he said he was. He wasn't what they marketed him to be. Ryan Garcia is not what they marketed him to be. I ain't even got to talk about Devin. He just lost to Rolly Romero, and nobody's saying get it back in blood. Isn't that strange? Y'all go ahead and bang, because he likes getting banged. Y'all go ahead and bang Johnny Tightlips in his mouth with a wrench. Dante Russell, salute, my brother, in that super chat. Salute to you, brother. Thank you so much. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all do, wrench gang. I mean, y'all gang bang him upside his head with your wrenches. So anyway, you see what I'm saying? I'm talking about boxing and how we got here. And this dude comes in here talking about money with the Simpsons avatar. This is amazing work. Get out of my sport. What do I always say? Time reveals all truth. And these fangirls and fan little boys and man fans of looks and stuff. Never mind what he's doing in the ring. Never mind he's not fighting his contemporary. Look at the tattoos. Look at the hair. Look at Ryan Garcia's greasy hair. Hey, man, he's high half the time. No, never mind that. Isn't he fast when he shadow box? Hey, man, he's racist. No, never mind that. But look at his legs and, hey, man, he just assaulted his baby mama. Never mind that. Never mind that. Look at him jog. What do you, wait, hold on. What are you doing? You are not a Jedi. You can't mind trick me. I know what I'm looking at. Yeah, I just said that, Steve L. Top Rank is so down bad. Xander Zayas is fighting on YouTube. But when Blue Blood was telling everybody, hey, there's something going on with the PBC, I don't think they got money. They couldn't secure the Toyota Center. Y'all got mad at Blue. Oh, he's lying. He got a big Tubi. It's going to be on Tubi. Oh, wow. Terrific. Terrific. Oh, he Blue's lying. No, he's just reporting the news. This is the PBC. How did I secure the Toyota Center? Going out here lying. Then he got to call the Toyota Center in Houston saying, you know, what's going on? Yeah, Junior. He's a nigga going crazy. Prez says the PBC runs boxing. Prez, the PBC is running out of boxing. And we knew that when they couldn't secure the Toyota Center in Houston. We knew that, brother. We knew that. We knew that. He couldn't secure the Toyota Center. And we were like, yo, hold on a minute. What's this? What is this? And then they got mad at Blue. Don't kill the messenger. He just said something ain't right. And yet they got mad at him. Oh, you a liar, you a liar. And what was the result? Bob, salute. What was the result? The result was, did they fight in Houston? No. Houston, we have a problem. Did they fight in Houston? No. They ended up fighting in Brooklyn. And then when we saw the press conference, how bootleg was that press conference? I said, wait a minute. They had some comedian there, and I think they did it at a college. And I said, yo, something's not right. And mind you, Nobody was a supporter of the PBC bigger than us over here because it's owned by a black man. So we were the biggest PBC supporters. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Something's not right. Do you think we wanted the PBC to fail? Let me tell you how stupid y'all sound. For the PBC to fail is to hate boxing. For Top Rank to fail is to hate boxing. You see where I'm going with this? I just said HBO boxing. I grew up on HBO boxing. It's gone. That hurt my feelings. I know what they were trying to do with Vladimir Klitschko and Lomachenko and Gennady Golovkin. I knew what they were doing. But I said eventually they're going to run into somebody and someone's going to beat them. And I'll be damned. But HBO as a whole is gone. See, a fighter's career is only maybe a decade or more. But after it's gone, boxing is still going to be here. So when people say close your channel, I'm like, no. Because I'm talking boxing. What are you talking about? You don't want me to talk about the guy that you slurp with that long piece of spit off the tip that don't break off when your wife is giving you that work? Ew. That's true. But some of y'all want to be on your knees for these dudes. Graphic in the morning. We grown. You know what it is. So all of this schmuckery that these clowns did, what I'm telling y'all is they killed boxing. They did that. This is happening because they prohibited the best fighting the best. When Eddie Hearn was telling you about AJ and saying that Deontay is not a rock star, but he's turning around fighting fucking people that are not champions because Deontay was a WBC champion. No Deontay Wilder, but Carlos Takam. Phone booth salute. No Deontay Wilder, but Carlos Takam? AJ's the A side, but the fight's not being made? What are we talking about? See, all of these chess pieces, they trained y'all. Guys like Prez don't know what I'm talking about. They trained you. Y'all don't think like fans. Y'all think like many business owners. That's why y'all in here arguing about money and all this other stupid shit that realistically don't matter to us. We should be saying, no, make the fight. Yeah, but he's a rock star. People love him and you from his time. Yeah. But I think he could beat his contemporary, make the fight. Instead, you got these fools running around saying, well, this fight don't make sense. And, this fight has to marinate. Why are you talking like that? This is the result. HBO gone. Showtime gone. Top Rank's Aaron Zandazayas on Tubi. Jake Paul, who's not a boxer, came in and he's making the most money out of all of these clowns who played into this. You had Tank Davis, who was a real fighter, sacrificing everything to go fight a clown fight with a YouTuber. Let me tell you how stupid Tank Davis is. He sat up there and told, what's his name? Montana Love. Hey, you went from training world-class fighters to training YouTubers. Yeah, stay on your side. Stay on your side. Wait a minute. He went from training world-class fighters to training YouTubers. What, the YouTuber you're about to fight? Stay on your side. This is what I'm saying. This kid is so stupid. That was the dumbest shit. Like, I'm watching it in my living room, and I looked around like there was other people in the living room with me. I said Montana Love. I meant Jay Leon Love. I'm sorry. I said Montana Love. Jay Leon, I'm sorry. Black people, we all look alike. When he said that, I sat up and I looked around like, am I the only person that heard that? You went from training world-class fighters to training YouTubers. Stay on your side. Well, you're a world-class fighter with a belt, and you're about to fight a YouTuber. Stay on your side? Huh? This is how stupid this kid is. And I'm like, I can't be the only person that heard that. If I was sitting there, I'd have shouted out, oh my God, this nigga dumb as fuck. Tell someone don't do drugs while you're doing a line of coke. But hey, we listen and we don't judge. That kid is stupid. That kid is stupid. Like the rest of you fanatics. Y'all are stupid. And the business played up to y'all. And thanks to that, you soured and tainted the industry. And the money ran out for y'all. The networks don't want to fuck with y'all. Because it's a sinking ship. They did their books and they said, when are we losing money the most? Boxing. Because you got to pay these guys all this money. And people are not watching like that. This ain't the 90s. This ain't the 80s. And what they've been doing is they've been trying to make a reality show out of these fighters. And it's not working out. Because the guys that are picking, they're not fighting their contemporaries. And people are not caring like that. They'll show up to the fight because it's something to do. But our ratings aren't reflecting it. So they've been treating boxing like the WNBA. Shots fired. Shots fired. We're going to go on strike. We want to make more money. Well, y'all haven't made money since y'all started. The WNBA is one big, giant fucking welfare program. Shout out to the sisterhood. There's more women than men on this planet. Y'all can't just support y'all sisters and show up to the goddamn games? Oh, I'm sorry, that's men's fault too. You see what I'm saying? It's a charity case. And that's what boxing has been. But now these fighters contractually saying, if you can't pay me this money, I'm not fighting. Because this is what I'm used to making. Why do you think Errol Spence hasn't been in the ring? They can't afford him. Oh, the PBC's not dead. They're going to Amazon. How'd that work out? 7-fight deal. Whoever you name. Devin Haney, yup. Shakur Stevenson, yup. Eastside Cruz, yup. Ryan Garcia, yup. Jake Paul wasn't in that faction at all. But he was going to give it to you. Lamar Roach wasn't on that list either, but he gave it to you. He fought to a draw. There's intrigue there. That's what you call lightning in the bottle. Oh, man. He fought to a draw. This is a grudge match. You know what that makes people do? Even if a person not into boxing, just tell him, hey, man, this dude is a knockout artist. He's doing this, he's doing that, but he fought this guy to a draw. So they fighting again, man. Fight party at my house. Okay. Well, I ain't see the first one. Let me watch the first one. Oh, man, this guy's supposed to be nice like that? Well, what happened tonight? What happened that night? I don't know. But they rematching. Okay, I got to watch that. Boom. Instead, he says, no, I'm going to fight Jake Paul. I'm going to fight Jake Paul. Eden, salute. Who, Jake Paul, the YouTuber? Now, who is he playing to? Is he playing to the boxing official supporters, or is he playing to the short attention span, ignorant kids that grew up on a steady diet of Ritalin and Prozac? Because he wasn't appealing to me. And with that last move, boxing was declared to be a joke. Top Rank is Aaron Xander Zayas on Tubi. Think about that, y'all. Now you fair-weathered niggas, this is not all of this is normalized to you, and everything that I'm saying is facts. And you still have press coming in here saying PBC runs boxing. No, Turkey Al-Sheikh runs boxing. Because while y'all were posturing and saying, "Oh, I got a star over here, I got the next star over here, I got a star over here," Turkey came in with real money and says, "Fuck that, I got a bag. Who wants to come make money with me?" And everybody ran over there, except Tank. And guess what? Tank was the first motherfucker invited. Oh, you got a problem with Devin? I got 50 million for y'all. Come down to Saudi and knock him out. Give me 2 Ferraris and send them to Baltimore. Huh? Wait a minute. You can beat this guy, right? Yeah. Ask the Devin Haney haters and Tank Davis fans. Who wins between Devin and Tank? 100% they're gonna say Tank. I said, cool, make the fight. Devin too big. But Devin's chinny. Yeah. Devin got PTSD. Yeah. Devin can't afford the left hook. Tank a southpaw, right? Yeah. So Tank knocks him out, right? Yeah. We'll fight him. He too big. He has to come down to 135. Huh? He was at 135. He had all the belts at 135. What happened? He's too big. He rehydrates. What? Wait a minute. You see what I'm saying? That type of shit killed boxing. Devin moved on. Turkey saw Devin working. And what is the result of Devin's behavior? Every time Devin fought on a Riyadh season card, he's the highest paid, whether he's the main event or not. Look it up. So when I say all I see is the work, the trade-off is Devin is eating. Devin got more bread than your man Tank. Devin got more bread than your man Lion Ryan. All around strong salute. Devin is so official, he don't have to be the main event to be the highest paid on the card. Tank can't say the same. He's the main event with lighter pockets. Uh-oh. So you got a felon who's on the run. You got a drug cheat who I think is on drugs right now. And Devin Haney's over there in Riyadh season and doing whatever he wants to do because he's the draw. And everybody fumbled the ball over here. In America, y'all fumbled the ball. Top Rank fucked it up. The PBC is on its way out. The PBC has to merge with Oscar, allegedly, to try and form a united front to compete against Riyadh season. And Oscar gets on here in his clapback Thursdays or whatever the fuck day it is, saying, I'm going to start putting the people on blast. And the first thing he does, the first order of business, is to stop Ortiz versus Boots. That's your first order of business? And Virgil said, nah, fuck that, man. We want this fight. What are you doing, man? And shout out to Virgil for speaking up, saying, nah, we ain't with this shit. This is the old way of doing things. Anyone that stands against that fight happening, you are part of the problem. So thank you, Team Virgil, for saying, no. We want this fight, man. And I'm still not clear on what's happened, what's going to be the result of that. But his first order of business was to stop a fight that people were wanting. You see what I mean? That's why y'all gave life into Turkey Al-Sheikh. Y'all did this. This is a self-inflicted wound. And you know what? I'm just enjoying the fallout. Oh, I don't know, Eden, but if Team Barrios is smart, they'd have been drug testing him the whole time. So let's get to this clown right here. Ryan Garcia is a whining basehead. He's a cheater. And I'm going to play clips from the presser yesterday. I'm going to dissect this. Let's start here.
Force Ring Magazine, putting all this together. I'm not gonna, Turkey, but I can't say the last name. I'm not good at that, so I'm not gonna attempt. I will butcher it, so I'm not gonna do it. Last but not least, though, I gotta thank the WBC.
I bet you gotta thank the WBC. Why do you guys think he's thanking the WBC? We be crooks. We be cunts. We be cocks. Has anyone, how is he getting the title shot, y'all? Has anyone, I don't understand. He said, wet bottom company. Yeah. How's he getting the title shot off of a loss? How'd that happen? BVO says, why is David hiding from Jai Patai? I don't know. I heard that he's they're finally trying to solidify this Canelo fight for him. So I don't think David's hiding from anybody. He just moved on. And it's funny because the persons that actually duck a guy that's actually trying to put in work, they want him to do everything. And he can only do one thing at a time. He went to 75. He tried to be undisputed at 68, unappreciated. He moved to 75. He's making waves. Now he's saying, I'm going to go to cruiserweight for Zerto. I say slow down, but he's going to do it. And now I heard that they're trying to really make the Canelo fight. That's what I heard. Rod Neal, salute. Oh, yeah, Rod, they easing up on the PED restrictions. Yeah. So, of course, this coke-sniffing clown is, this woman beater himself is going to talk about thank you to the WBC.
Yeah, WBC, man. I can't thank y'all enough. The WBC, I love the WBC. Like,
yeah, you hear that? This is why boxing is dying over here. Shout out to Turkey out of Sheikah. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's right on time. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's right on time. Cause he gotta like stomp this shit out. I have no faith in the sanctioning bodies. Y'all had all of this time to fix it and make these fights, and we got to deal with people being on the other side of the street. Errol Spence had to literally work outside the box to make the goddamn a Bud fight. That was Bud and Errol that did that. That had nothing to do with Al Heyman. Had nothing to do with the PBC. That was them.
you got no idea how much I love the WBC. I love the WBC.
Now, at this point, I'm like, what are you doing? What is wrong with him? You're going to see, this is very embarrassing. Watch this.
I love the WC.
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with him? What is he doing? What is he doing? You'll see. So now he has to leave the stage. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, what's happening? What is this?
There they are. WBC. Yeah.
What is this? What is this? So the airhead chicks that he hired missed their cue. And I'm watching this like, wait a minute, this was supposed to be, them bitches was back there on their social media doing selfies and they missed their cue. He had to go back there and get their dumb ass.
Whatever. WBC, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. WBC, yeah. And I'm watching this like, yo, this was supposed to be funny.
Yeah. All right, cool.
K-Rod, salute.
Now, all jokes aside, guys, I am.
All jokes aside, that wasn't a joke. That wasn't funny. What the fuck was that? So I'm like, man, okay. Now, the car done crashed. Yeah, David Scott. I'm like, yo, what is it? The car done crashed, and now I'm just watching the body burn. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I am definitely super prepared for this fight, you guys. Like, I call them the traitors.
Now, listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
They got Wally. You got Justin Fortune, even though he was one time.
Stop right there. Who knows who Justin Fortune is? I was shocked when he said this. Who knows who Justin Fortune is? Anybody? Gerald Kelly in the building, salute. Who knows who Justin Fortune is? I know. And when he said the name, I couldn't believe it. I said, whoa. That's why I ran and got the picture, him sitting there next to Pacquiao. Y'all don't know? I know BFTB knows. Yes! I know Xavier knows. All around strong, yes, he's a strength and conditioning coach. And look who he's standing next to. The years where we were speculating, yo, is Manny on some bullshit? Shut up! He'd never been caught. Well, OSDT. And it took him 4 years to fight Floyd Mayweather because of OSDT. Justin Fortune was there. Let me read you this. Manny Pacquiao. Coach Justin Fortune splits from Freddie Roach after disparaging remarks. This was back in 2021. Manny Pacquiao strength and conditioning coach Justin Fortune has been a staple in the Filipino boxing icon's career for the better part of his last 2 decades. 2 decades. Fortune is a former Australian heavyweight fighter who tallied a record of 15-9-2 and 9 KOs and trained under Roach before retiring in 2009. And he's worked in tandem with Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach to help Pacquiao from 2001 until 2007, and again from 2013 until now. Fortune and Roach had a falling after Pacquiao's KO of Jorge Salas in 2007. At the time, Fortune was replaced by then strength and conditioning coach Alex Ariza. There's a name you haven't heard in a long time. Fortune re-entered Pacquiao's picture in 2013 ahead of the Brandon Rios fight and has remained on board ever since, including most recently during Pacquiao's unanimous decision win over loss over Yordenis Ugas. Pacquiao declared after the Ugas fight that his legs failed him throughout the bout with cramps. In recent interviews, Fortune said he's getting blamed for Pacquiao's mishap. I can't work with Freddie Roach anymore. He keeps blaming me. He always blames everybody else. He never takes responsibility, Fortune told Business Mirror. I was blamed for the cramps and tightness suffered by Pacquiao in the early rounds of the bout because of him being overtrained a few days before the fight. In a separate interview, the Philippine star, Fortune, doubled down on his sentiment. Mark my words, I will never work with Freddie again. He accused me of Manny's loss to cover up his own inadequacies and didn't do it to my face. Freddie made stupid statements, not even factual, about Manny running the hills at Griffith Park 6 days a week. He won't tell it to my face, and I think I think that's being a coward. It's pathetic. If I had something to say about Freddie, I'll tell it straight to him, not through anybody else. So they had a falling out. And then he started releasing what Manny Pacquiao's training routine was, right? But here's the thing about Justin Fortune. In 2012, Fortune sued Roach after Roach told a reporter that Fortune previously used performance enhancement drugs. Previous to that, Roach once sued Fortune claiming he was owed money, but the case was dismissed. Did y'all know that? Justin Fortune, according to Freddie Roach, was a drug cheat. That was back in 2012. You let this man back in your camp with his history. Stormy, salute. Yeah. D-Man, what up? Yep. So you worked with him, you severed ties, and you start to work with him again, and then you accuse him of being a ped user? Strange, right? You know how you kill all of that? Olympic-style drug testing. And once that was agreed upon, and once people started doing it in abundance, Nonito Donaire, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao's knockout stopped. Nobody noticed that, but he was never caught though. But never mind that. Ryan Garcia just thanked Justin Fortune. Let me bring it back so you can hear it again. Listen to this.
The traitors. They got Wally, you got Justin Fortune, even though he was one time. We're not too, mad at him. But we do got some gifts for them.
We not too mad at him. Google Justin Fortune's name. That's his face right there. It'll tell you all you need to know about this guy. Yeah, you getting an education this morning. See, this is the part. This is not for the weak-minded, the uneducated. Dion, salute. This is not for that. See, this is the part where casuals can't participate in the conversation. They'll defend braided hair, chrome hearts, and tattoos, and stop bothering tanky wanky, because you want to wank them off. When you're hiding in your car from your girl to argue in defense of a dude that beats women. Mind blown. You don't qualify to have this conversation. I'm dissecting this shit. I'm dissecting this frog right here. I'm telling you the cause of death. I'm showing you the cause of death of conventional boxing. Now, thanks to the bullshit, you're going to have to buy these pay-per-views. If you love boxing, they're going to have to try and find a way to get a network deal or something so you can watch it. Because if boxing is not in abundance anymore, they're going to treat y'all like dogs. Do you feed a dog every day? Do you feed a dog every day? You do, right? But what happens if you keep putting food in the bowl? A dog's going to just eat the food. No, you got to keep it hungry. Well, don't listen to me on dog talk. The general is an expert on raising dogs. But you get my point. You don't overfeed somebody. You don't oversaturate the market with bullshit. And then when you do put out your product, it has to be something that's built. They got away from that. What they started to do is they started to market these fighters like you was marketing characters on a reality TV show. That's what they did. Jeff Sparks, salute. That's what they did. And it killed the sport. Because they found out that people aren't feeling it. And you had the wrong type of eyes on the sport. And it worked out for a little while, but the swamp done drained out. And now we're back to square one. If you're fighting, we're paying you. Gone are the days you just showing up with some pretty looks and, the girls could come. See, the thing with Oscar back in the 90s was that HBO figured out, hey, man, our ratings are through the roof when this kid fights. The golden boy. He was a handsome lad. And they said, okay, we got lightning in the bottle with this shit. Appreciate that, Gerald. Messenger, salute. We got lightning in the bottle. Not only is this kid handsome, but you know what was unique about Oscar? He just looked like that, but Oscar could fight. Oscar is truly a Hall of Fame fighter. He is. I have no problem with his pro career. He's a douchebag now. He's a creep now. But his boxing career, nah. I really don't have much bad to say about it. I don't. I ain't got no problem. He wasn't a marketing scheme. He just so happened to be a fighter that just caught the eyes of the girls. And later, somebody in those offices says, why don't we just grab somebody who could, kind of look like that, whatever. They want Ryan to beat Oscar so bad. The talent don't match. And the thing is, I always felt that Oscar was on something, but I never saw him out of shape for a fight. I've seen Ryan out of shape for a fight, drugged up, pop dirty. He's not Oscar. Now, whether you factor in the fact that he's handsome, I don't care how a fighter looks. I'm trying to watch the goddamn sport. That's not my market. What are you doing? Who are you catering to? The casuals. And they buy this bullshit. They buy into the idea and they don't spend no money. That's what I'm saying. Did you watch the pay-per-view? Yes. Fire stick. And then they want to come to my channel and say I don't support. Man, I've been to 2 live Bud fights, and the 2 ones that I've been to, I bought 2 pay-per-views for 2 different homes. When he fought Amir Khan in New York, I was there. So I bought a ticket and I paid for the pay-per-view for 2 different homes. When he fought Errol, I flew out there, bought a ticket, and I bought the pay-per-view for 2 different homes. So I put my money where my mouth is. Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't reserve the right to come over here and judge me. Whole time, I'm trying to save the sport because I know the end game. And now Top Rank is on Tubi? Y'all did this. And they let y'all. They was eating off of y'all. Then they found out that y'all were robbing them. Because the ends weren't meeting like a motherfucker. This was a slow suicide. This is y'all having a heart condition and y'all still eating bacon every morning. Y'all did this. And you know what? Like the short attention span chicks, you're on to the next. You want to break it down in simple. I'm having a problem this morning because my mind is everywhere. In simple terms. You know what this is? See, because y'all got a short attention span. I see the numbers keep jumping. There's some casuals in here like, what was he talking about? Who's Justin Fortune? After I just told you to go Google the nigga. The guy has a PED history, and he was working with Ryan Garcia. After working with Manny Pacquiao when they were trying to make the goddamn Floyd Mayweather fight. Louis Henn, salute. Let me break it down in terms that you idiots can understand. Over 2 decades ago, there was a rapper that got on my nerves because every time I turned on the fucking radio, he was on it. His name was Ja Rule. Whatever I think about you. I could not. All summer long, it almost made me a terrorist. I'm like, all right already, goddamn. Whatever about my baby. I was done. I said, you know what? Nope, I'm leaving. It was everywhere. Goddamn on a country station. The way you walk, the way you talk. Anthony, what up? And the shorties loved him. I'm like, I get it. You know, he's super thug. He got bass in his voice. All right, I get it. Well, one day I cut on the radio and I hear a guy named 50 Cent. And he went straight for his throat. Will St. Clair, salute. 50 Cent went straight at him. And I said, wait, I know this guy. Where do I know this guy? And I got a picture of him. I said, oh, the first time I said, this is the dude that did The Art of Getting Robbed. That song was funny. And I said, but the first time I heard him, I heard him on some mixtapes, I think. But the first time I heard him, he was on a song called React with Onyx. I said, okay, he's not rapping fast no more. Okay. Oh, okay. He's running around a wife beater. Oh, so this is rap beef. Okay. In one summer, he killed Ja Rule's career. Do y'all know that? In one summer. And the shorties went from being on Ja Rule's dick to 50 Cent's dick. Why? Because women have short attention spans. It was the new nigga on the block with the bigger car, the bigger smile, and who appeared to be a little tougher. That's it. Because these chicks got short attention spans. You know why? They're not necessarily attracted to anything more than power. Isn't that the name of the thing that he has on Stars TV or whatever? Power? I never watched one episode. It's really not hard to get the attention span of a woman. It's really not. Or get her attention, rather. Tay-Tay, good morning. And he hijacked his entire audience and haven't looked back since. You see that? That's these boxing fans. Thank you, Eric O. Shiny things. That's why I don't listen to casuals. And that's why I say casuals is dangerous, because the casuals became the majority and these companies made their money. And let me tell you something. Bob Arum could walk away. He's almost 100 years old, literally. He could walk away from this thing. He's not broke. He'd be like, well, you know, I had a good fucking 80-year run. I had a good 80-year run, and I'm wealthy. Not rich, because there's a difference between rich and wealthy. He's wealthy. He raised his kids. Money's in the bank. We got all kinds of things going on. We don't have to do boxing. I can rest my head and probably salute. And I don't have to look back. I'm done. He can go to the grave. Al Heyman is a multimillionaire. Well, I did what I had to do in boxing. I did all I could. And we was around for a blink of an eye, about a good decade, and I'm done with it. I got in business. I'm in and out. I'm done with it. I can't compete with Turkey Al-Sheikh. No one saw this coming. I can't compete. I'm gonna get out of here. Amazon got in, and they saw what was going on. You know what Amazon was like? They said, "Oh man, there's money in this party. Let's go." And they walked in, and they saw all kinds of freak shit. You got two motherfuckers in clown suits hitting each other with socks. There's a monkey swinging from a chandelier. There's an orgy in the bedroom with the same sex, and it smells like poo gas in the house. And Amazon looked in and said, "I don't know what's going on here, but I'm getting the fuck out of here. But you agreed to come in and party with us. Not this. I'm gone." And they left. They left before they got started. And Tank's sitting there in the lobby like, wait a minute, 7-fight deal. Yeah, all right, now I'm out of here. I quit this bitch before I even got started. And it's over with. And then Turkey Al-Sheikh pulls up, buys a house next door and says, yo, look, man, I got bread, man. Y'all want to come in here and fight and make shit happen? And everybody go over there. And Tank's mad because all of his contemporaries that'll fight him back is over there. And instead of going over there and setting the record straight and proving that you're the man, what does he do? Gets on Twitter and disrespects all the fighters. And what does he say? Just let them talk. What does he say? Y'all going over there and risking your O for money. So you wasn't risking your O for money. You fought fights that you knew you was going to win. You're draining Frank Martin. You're draining Ryan Garcia. Admitted that he was kind of scared in that fight. You're not fighting your contemporaries. Yeah. Time reveals all truth. And then you got Booger Sugar Ryan on here trying to sell a fight and telling on themselves. Justin Fortune, as soon as he said that name, I said, whoa. So now y'all have homework. Y'all got homework now. But let's go ahead.
Everybody's probably wondering why I'm wearing a backpack.
I wasn't, but so what?
I do.
There we go. Do I have to?
Oh, this one's for Wally, but we'll save that. We gotta go find jokes first.
Oh boy.
Where's the
Trader, right?
Oh no, yeah.
Right.
You are
Right.
This guy was so unorganized.
The trader.
I'm a traitor.
Joe Goosen.
I'm a traitor. He got some nerve. Listen, if Joe Goosen is a traitor, right? What is this? I ain't got to go through it.
Nigger.
Hey, Ryan Garcia fans be like, right in the mouth. Right in the mouth. So Joe Goose is a traitor. Listen, man, this is business. In the first Corrales and Castillo fight, Goosen was Team Corrales. In the rematch, did y'all know Goosen was in Castillo's corner? Exactly, Messenger. Is Derek James, is he a traitor? I don't think Derek James is in his corner. His father's the head coach. That's why I'm hoping Barrios wins this fight. Yeah, Xavier, that part. Did y'all know this? Ryan dropped Joe. He found out on social media. But there's another part I want to get to.
There you go. There you go for you. Wally somewhere. Justin, I don't even know where you're at. All right, but I do got one last. Where did it go? One last.
He on hit. I'm sorry.
I can't see the last. There you go. Where you're at. All right, but I do got one last. Where did it go?
He on here clowning. I hope you win, bro. Well, I don't hope you win. I hope you get destroyed.
It says, I don't even know where to go, Dan. No, I was looking for the shirt. I threw the wrong shirt. Anyways, we did been doing some research for Mario. He fought Keith Thurman with 10-ounce gloves. We don't want that. We want 8-ounce.
What's that?
Keith Thurman, he fought him with 10-ounce gloves. We want 8-ounce. So we want to know what decision you're going to make. Are you going to do 8-ounce or 10-ounce? I want it 8. I want to go at it straight up.
He want 8-ounce gloves. Now we talking about gloves. This dude is a train wreck.
We want the danger.
It's already determined. We already got our 8 ounces.
Okay. So we're doing 8?
Are you?
He said it's already determined. What do you?
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I know, but with Thurman.
No. But Thurman, he fought 10.
With Thurman fought, it was.
He fought 10, right?
Who wanted that?
No.
Oh, Mario
This kid is on drugs.
requested it.
I didn't request it. It was in the contract.
They fought with 10-ounce, Joe.
No. He said he didn't request it.
Okay, well, I don't know who requested, but we're doing 8-ounce. That's what we getting it down.
No,
with.
8.
All right, we doing 8.
More.
I'm sorry, Mario. I forgot to. Oh, no, here you go, Mario.
Right.
He said he doesn't want an 8-ounce. He wants an 8 ball.
He picked 8. So we're not even going to give it to him. Actually, you know what?
He's making T-shirts. You know this is the.
All right. All right.
Oh, that's the receipt.
Hey, bro, this was not. Yo, dude, I got uncomfortable looking at this. This was bad.
What he said.
3 years ago, you were on this side. They let you go after the Gervonta Davis fight. You're telling me
Right. 3 years ago, he was on that side. They let Joe go. They let him go.
there's no extra juice in it for you to take
That's funny. There's no extra juice in it for you. That's funny.
on Ryan Garcia?
What was the last one?
Is there any extra juice in it for you to train someone
Is there any extra juice in it for you?
against Ryan Garcia?
What is that? Juice.
I mean, do you want, is this a little bit extra
Oh,
for you?
you mean is there an extra incentive for
Yeah.
me? No. My incentive is always the same as it is every fight. For my fighter to win. That's it. Okay? Look, I don't have the resentment. Wherever this resentment is coming from, I don't really know. But the bottom line is, I've got nothing against any fighter I've ever gone against. Ever. Okay? I'm just for my fighter. That's all. And that's the way it is. I don't go to bed at night, thinking about revenge or anything of that sort. I just go to bed at night thinking about what can I do to better my guy that I'm training.
I could cuts and just grueling fight. We're gonna really have to get to it. That's why I'm
This kid is on drugs again. I'm telling you.
in this mindset. Like I'm really punching myself. Like I'm bone smashing. Like I gotta go in. Type shit.
Does Joe's presence really bother you on the other side?
Oh yes, this dude really did this to me. Like, bro.
Joe did. You fired him, you idiot. Let me break it down the simplest term for all you simpletons out there. You break up with your shorty. Y'all, I'm done with you for whatever reason. A month later, you find out she's smashing a dude that you knew up the block. You ain't really cool with him, but y'all see each other in passing. It's not no problem. And now you see them out and about. And you go crazy. You gave her up. It's okay. Goddamn. Egalitarian, salute. Sam Max, salute.
Like the first thing, like it hurt me when he didn't show up after my tank loss. That was a pretty.
Let's stop there. He lost the tank. He said Joe didn't show up. Do y'all remember this? B-Hop and Oscar didn't show up either. Because at the post-fight, I watched it. And I said, wait a minute, where they at? Where they at? And you know what Rick Glasser said? Well, I have it on good authority that they had dinner arrangements with their significant others, so they had an appointment to keep. Hashtag boxing. That's what he said. And dudes was cooking them on Twitter. I was like, nah, man, get the fuck out of here. The kid lost. Why are they not there? Don't tell me about no dinner reservations when Oscar was promoting Canelo Alvarez as the most important fight of his career against Floyd Mayweather. Where was Oscar? He checked into rehab. That's a true story. He checked into rehab. So this dumb cracker says they had dinner reservations with their ladies? They're rock stars. The reservations could wait. Go console your fighter that just lost. Because if they did go to dinner and left Ryan standing there high and dry, that's foul. But you was hanging out with Oscar and B-Hop after that, so why you got mad at Joe Goosen? You didn't fire them. You fired Joe. After you quit against Tank. That was Joe's fault. You know what Joe's fault was, though? When they were asking about the training method and Joe said, Ryan is so talented, he just creates things, and we roll with it, and 90% of the time it works. Well, it was that 10% versus Tank, but there was something else that happened. Let Ryan keep talking.
Big defeat in my heart, and I didn't see him after the fight. Maybe, he said that he had some, he had whatever going on, but he didn't show up. That's all I got to say. And there did a lot of funny stuff happen in that camp, before.
A lot of funny stuff happening in the camp. Y'all know who this guy is? Sen Batar. He's Mongolian. This is the kid that broke his fucking ribs. Ryan, are you okay? Him. This is the guy that did it. Him. Take a good look, Tank fans. This is also the guy, I suspect, that told Tank's team that Ryan didn't eat breakfast that morning for the weigh-in. That's why Ryan looked like a crackhead in that fight. Y'all want to talk about that? But this is the guy that did it. I made a video about it. In fact, when I said when Ryan comes back, he needs to fight him. You are the reason why my ribs wasn't well going into the Tank fight. That fight sells itself because Ryan a star, right? Right? Ryan is the rock star, right? He's a rock star. This story built itself. I said he needs to go fight Sen Batar out of Mongolia was the chief, one of the, I don't know if he's a chief sparring partner, but this is the guy that did it. If y'all didn't know, y'all Tank fans know so much. This is the guy that did it. And then released the information. Yeah, his ribs was broke. That's why he lost to a body shot. He did that. Look it up. Tank had all kinds of moles in Ryan's camp. And he talking about Goosen, that he fired. That he said, you're so creative, you could do your own thing, and 90% of the time it works. And I said, well, that's a bad idea, Goosen, because you're the coach. You need to be teaching him how to win. Don't let him freestyle it, because he doesn't have a good IQ. He got a quick left hand, and that's it. But when that's nullified, what you got? I'll tell you what you got. Him laying on the floor against Rolly Romero. Because outside of that, in order for him to compete, he has to juice up and come in overweight and cheat. Cheat to compete. Boss.
For that camp, it was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. We had a lot of great moments, and that's where you build a relationship with your coach, and it was cool for a while. But then it shifted when, a big money fight comes, and a lot of people are involved, and this person, that person knows this person, maybe he did talk and told the wrong person, and that person told somebody, and, you know, because some stuff got out in that camp that shouldn't have got out, you know? So.
Is he not making excuses? Right now, because this happened yesterday, there should be a ton of videos talking about how this motherfucker made excuses as to why he lost to Tank Davis. He's blaming everybody. He's blaming Joe Goosen and moles in the camp that y'all knew about. Guess what? You was a victim of the business of boxing. Are y'all going to blame the victim? But when we said, hey, man, Deontay Wilder's team, they didn't know what to look for, which is why he got cheated. When we said that, what did y'all say? That's his fault. Hell, Roy Jones Jr. got on my show and basically said that was Deontay's fault. That's what he said. He said that out his own mouth. I said, wow, Roy, that's his fault? Okay. Blame the victim. All right, fine. Okay. We can blame the victim. All right. That's what boxing is, right? It's your responsibility to know. Okay, all right, fine. That's what we're doing. Okay. Is anybody going to hold him accountable for saying this right here, Ryan Garcia? Tank fans will say, nah, nigga, you just lost. But he's telling you shit was happening in this camp. He's telling you that. PGA, salute. I know. He's too handsome for y'all to blame him for anything.
I'm a little disappointed in Joe's decision to go against.
Nigga, you came in against Devin overweight and on drugs. You don't reserve the right to be mad at anybody.
Me, but that's the shit that fires me up. That should give me that.
That's right.
What?
This one's for Ryan.
Another thing I want to point out. If you go back and watch this yesterday, the only people that asked him any questions, that asked anybody any question, were women. What was that? I noticed that. I was texting Coach Hudson. I said, did I miss it? Am I bugging? But only women were asking the questions. Am I bugging? Did I miss it? Did any man get up there? I know there was some dude from the rafters screaming at him. Hey, Ryan, I want to sick your duck, Ryan. I remember, I got to find this video. I just never posted it because it was just so awful. I remember watching Canelo. I think it was Canelo before the Cato Plant fight. There was a dude screaming in Spanish, and somebody in the comment section translated it, and I said, this is not what he said, but everyone confirmed it. Dude was screaming, Canelo, impregnate my wife. I love you, Canelo. Impregnate my wife. Now listen, that's what I call white boy humor. You don't play like that. I said, that's what he said. He can't be saying that. And people in the chat was like, nah, that's what he's saying. Impregnate my wife? What? It's a little strange, ain't it? It's cucks all over the place. Man, these boxers have revealed all of you. So when I say things like, yo, you're gay, and this is where all the gay shit comes from. It's a joke, but not really, because this is what I see. This is what I see in y'all. So when I ask y'all, what is it? Phenomenal Mexican, he said that? Yeah, see, you know the video I'm talking about. I was like, what the? That's what he's saying? So when I ask, what is it with this Ryan Garcia fanatics, all you knuckle draggers? What is it? What is it? Okay, Tank's not fighting his contemporaries. He has a lot of work to do. What's going on? Huh? Delano, and no, you got to watch how you talk to me, bro. You got to watch how you talk to me. I ain't making excuses for this faggot. Under no circumstances. I don't like him. He made excuses. And I'm wondering where the video's talking about he's making excuses. Because y'all so quick to point out when a fighter you don't like says what it is, y'all say he's making excuses. He said, Deontay said, I got a dent in my fucking head. This motherfucker's never done that before. Went to a doctor. They said, nah, that was a blunt object, man. Fury has done some fuck shit with his gloves in the past. JB, salute. He's a known cheater. He's a known drug addict. And he put some shit in his glove and it caused a dent in my head. I had his sparring partner on here, y'all. And he confirmed, man, hey, man, he took padding out my fucking glove. Nicholas Asbury was on my show. He said they took padding out his gloves and there was a blunt object. He said it was an egg weight. He put a name on it. The motherfucker had egg weights in there, and I'm in there banging with him. And the day before I fucked him up, the next day I'm getting touched up like, whoa, where does power come from? He checked the fucking gloves. Padding was removed. He put the fucking shit on YouTube. But what he didn't record was that he turned his glove sideways and the egg weight fell out. And he said that way before he fought Deontay Wilder. And he was in camp training for Deontay. And they didn't call Nicholas a liar. You know what they said? We were just trying to give our guy confidence. They didn't say he was lying. They apologized. Take that. But y'all don't hear that. Yeah, but that's still an excuse because Deontay can't box. And I don't see nothing but niggas saying this. That's why I don't like you. And that's why, listen, boxing needs to die. Burn this bitch to the ground. Burn it. I did a live 2 years ago now. Pompeii has to fall, man. Fuck this shit. I tried. I don't care that the PBC is going away. I don't care that Top Rank is now airing shit on Tubi. I don't care. And is Turkey perfect? No. Hey, man, Dana White's going to run boxing like he runs the UFC. So that means we'll get the fights that we want, that we deserve. Yeah, but the Muhammad Ali Act, you ask any casual what the Muhammad Ali Act is without them going into their phone. You're supposed to know this shit. Don't talk about anything technical in reference to boxing when you don't know boxing. Because you just sounding off shit you hear. I remember at work, I was having this, somebody was trying to debate me on boxing, and I legitimately made something up. I forgot what I said. I put two fighters in the ring. Because I said, oh yeah, when this guy fought this guy, you know, the public ain't say that. And one dude knew, he looked at me with his face, and I like tapped him, like, don't say nothing, don't say nothing. I looked at him like, and I gave him the cut those sign, don't say nothing. Because he was like, what the fuck, they never fought. I was like, shh, shut up. And dude was like, nah, but when that fight happened, and I let him go on a 3-minute dialogue about a fight that never happened. I just looked at him. I looked at dude. I said, you see this shit? And they want to debate me. And I just walked off. And he was cracking up. What? What's going on? Where you going? Yeah, exactly. I think I put Shane Mosley in the ring with somebody that it was something stupid. And if you watch enough boxing, you know that that fight never happened. But I did that on purpose because I kept telling him, why are you always talking to me about, because he was a huge Miguel Cotto fan because he was Puerto Rican. I say, yo, I hear that, but yo, bro, stop trying to engage with me. When Cotto fights Floyd, Cotto's gonna lose, man. It's okay, root for Miguel. I like Miguel Cotto. But I don't see him beating Floyd. It's not gonna happen. And then he's supposed to talk to me about styles and everything else. And, oh, where were you when Tito knocked out Pernell Whitaker? He didn't knock out Pernell. He knocked him down in the first round. Well, it's the same shit. I'm like, oh, my God. You see, I can't have those conversations. It's insulting. So then I started just playing with him like, hey, man. Oh, yeah. But when Shane Mosley fought, I forgot, well, I had Shane Mosley in the ring with somebody. I think the motherfucker was retired. I said, well, that was different. Oh, that's what I said. I said, yeah, but because he was trying to make it a black fighter versus Latin fighter thing. I said, man, listen, man, when Carlos Monzon fought Sugar Shane Mosley, that fight was close, man. I was rocking with Shane, but Carlos Monzon is a legend. Yeah, but you see, in that fight, though, the power of the Latino, and I'm looking at him, and dude looked at me, and I like hit him like, yo, chill. Let him talk. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. He went on about Mosley versus Monzon. I got up, put on my hat, and I said, well, see? And I walked off. Oh, he don't want to talk now. Yep, you're right. Sid Mark in the Strong House, man. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. My brother Anthony in that super chat. Salute to you, good brother. He said, peace, Drew. This is for calling Garcia the word that rhymes with maggot. Absolutely. Absolutely. Carlos Monzon versus Shane Mosley. That's a true story. Couldn't believe that shit. Trillion, what up, man? But why is it that the bitches was only asking questions? This whole press conference was a farce. It was crazy, and it wasn't funny, and it solidified what I knew about Ryan Garcia. He's not an entertainer. He's not even a subpar fighter, and no one is saying get it back in blood with goddamn exactly, Bert. That's why I was laughing my ass off. He just heard a Latin name and he just rode with it, trying to include himself into the conversation in which he knew nothing about. And he kept trying to debate me with it. And realistically, he was low-key racist. Because Floyd was running around fighting Latins, because that was the drawing power there. But anytime somebody light-skinned with black hair got into the ring with a black fighter, it was crazy. But here's the funny part. I remember that same dude. I asked him, if turn on your TV, you watch boxing. T Hunt, salute. Freedom's March, my brother, salute. Turn on the TV. Aaron, what up? And you see a black fighter facing a Latin fighter, right? Well, at least that's what you think you see. And one last name is Johnson, and the other last name is Rigondeaux. Who you rooting for? He said, Rigo. Went in my phone, and I said, this is Rigondeaux. Not only is he Cuban, but he's so black he look African. Well, and what happens if the Johnson guy is some white guy from Wichita? One of my friends is mulatto. Y'all know what a mulatto is? He's mixed. His mom is white, his dad is black. And being that he's in New York, guess what ethnicity people think he is? They think he's some kind of Latin. I can't tell you how many times we've been hanging out and somebody come up to him and just starts talking in Spanish. He got to look at them and say, yo, I don't speak Spanish. And for years, the ongoing joke with him is, yo, damn, do I need to learn Spanish? I said, hey, you may as well, man. You may as well. He has black hair, and he could tell you he's Latin, and you'd believe it. But his dad is black, his mother's white. His mom is white. She has black hair, his mom is white. Black hair with hazel eyes. He has hazel eyes, but he has facial features like his dad. So he looks Latino, but he's mulatto. But we live in New York. Mark, what up? So automatically, he's gone to the Puerto Rican Day Parade with the bandana. He's gone to the Dominican Day Parade with that bandana, and nobody picks up on it because he looks like them, but he's not. He don't know shit about no rice and beans. He knows collard greens and fucking, what is it, green bean casserole. D4, what up? Snacks B, salute. Anyway, it's what we deal with. But only women were asking questions. This is the strangest thing.
Ryan, what's the biggest lesson you have learned about yourself since the last time you were on a stage like this? And what statement are you really looking to show come February 21st?
Do you know what would have happened if they gave me the mic? I'd have got escorted out. I ain't got to scream and holler and be profane. Whatever, man. But let's see how he answers this question.
Oh, that my body's not invincible. That's definitely
That my body's not invincible.
something I learned for sure. You know, your body's a temple. You gotta take care of it. And it's simple. That it's really could be that simple. Treat your body like a temple, and everything else will start coming to you a little better and better. So, you know, everybody has their vices, but I just suggest that, you know, you go and assess yourself and realize what you're putting in your body may not be the best things for you.
He just told on himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Ryan's a cheater, y'all. Let me ask y'all a question. Are IVs legal to use? Are IVs legal to use? Let me remind y'all of something.
Crazy. You put vitamin C, too?
I just put on glutathione right now. I'm gonna put vitamin C and everything in here.
It's weird. You start tasting it in your mouth.
That's before the Haney fight. This was on DAZN. And I'm watching this like, did they make an exception? What's going on? And then I get a text from Rachel Donaire. Are you seeing this? What the fuck is this? And I'm not going to get into how she broke, Anthony, what up? I'm not going to get into how she broke it down. She did some detective work on this motherfucker. She broke it down how he was flushing his system out. Because there was a point where he did an interview and he had this shirt with him. And in this scene, you see the shirt. It was the same day. Some shit. But this is why they only caught a billionth of a gram of the ostarine. And he might have had some more shit. He might have had extra nandrolone in his shit. This is how they caught the ostarine. It was only a billionth of a gram. It was more in there. Please don't act like you don't know how this shit works.
I love that.
What happens when Ryan Garcia does not have his super juice?
Whack, jack, smack. Right here.
Hey Ryan, they canceling the face-off. They trying to kick us out. They canceling the face-off. We gotta pick it up, Ryan.
This is round 12.
He gonna cry in a car. And that he did indeed. Questions, comments, bitches, moans. Dude, he loses the Barrios. Pack this fool up. Pack this fool up. And that's real shit. He started getting his ass kicked by Rolly. They canceled the fucking face-off. That was at Times Square. Kev, what up? That was at Times Square. Shakur. Ryan, keep your head up. Keep your left hand up. Mike Tyson, keep your hand up, Ryan. You see why I said a few days ago I got to back off for these niggas? Because not everybody's your brother. Look at how they treat Devin. I'm like, yo, wait, hold on. Ryan cheated him and this and that and this and that. I don't care, man. I'm just watching boxing. All right, cool. Well, I've watched enough of you, nigger. You can't put down your goddamn virtual guns for 2 seconds and recognize what's going on. Try talking to casuals about the Black Murderers Row. Try asking a casual, what does it mean when a fighter says, I'm about to freeze this guy out? That means he's not going to help feed his family. And boxing is supposed to be a fraternity. You're supposed to break bread with other fighters so they can eat. But then you got, Tonka Truck Davis, I giveth and I taketh away. Allah's the perfect planner. He turned Muslim and Allah took care of him. Word, you giveth and taketh away? No, that's not for you to do. That's for me to do, buddy. Watch this. I'm going to snatch your career. That's just what he did. Because Tank is not in control of his own mind. He hasn't read his Quran. He hasn't humbled himself. You know that term humble that white people like to say, black athletes, see black people in positions of power, or not even positions of power. They call us powerful when we're in a position of influence, especially when it's positive influence to our goddamn community. They'll cut us down and call us arrogant and say we need to be humble. That's why they didn't like the late 80s going into the early 90s, the black empowerment, not black power, but empowerment movement in hip hop. Public Enemy, X-Clan, KRS-One, Lakim Shabazz. We wasn't saying kill Whitey. We were saying become self-sufficient. Freedom's March in that super chat. He says, stay on this clown's top. Salute. I'm on a job, brother. Thank you so much. Mellow, salute. Hip hop has a definition. And let me educate you clowns that don't know. Because y'all walking around, y'all don't even know the humble beginnings of that culture. And y'all have used it, y'all have abused it, and y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Hip. There's an old term we used to say, I'm hip to that game plan. That means to be aware. Hip. Yeah, I'm hip to that. You've heard it. Clay King, salute. I'm hip to that. Nah, bro, you ain't gonna get that off. I'm hip to that game plan. I know what you're trying to do. Hop is movement. Yeah, you see the play. I see them putting guns and crack in my community. I'm not gonna partake in that. I'm not gonna smoke. I'm not gonna pick up that gun off the floor. I'm not gonna drink. They got liquor stores in every black neighborhood. There's a Chinese restaurant on every corner. Now there's chicken restaurants, chicken spots all over the place. We have access to food, but it's cheap, it's fake, and it's a poor diet. And if we're not gangbanging and killing each other, we're killing each other by way of diet, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, hop, movement. I see the play, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to exercise. I'm not going to take drugs. I'm not going to violate women. And I'm going to preach the good word and live it. And hopefully I set an example for people watching me. That's hip hop. Grandmaster Flash, my OG Grandmaster Melly Mel, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. The Message. Y'all heard the beat, but did you listen to the words? He made reference to Sugar Ray Leonard in that song. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. All of that shit that they put in the hoods, they didn't partake in it. They were hip to the game plan and they moved in another direction. Yeah, Anthony, I know about that. That's what hip hop is. You've been educated. Supposed to lead by example. Now, what example are motherfuckers like Ryan Garcia setting for boxing? What example is motherfuckers like Tank Davis setting for boxing? I'm not talking about their appearance. I'm not talking about their style of clothes. I'm not talking about that. If you're not fighting the best and you're making fun of that, what good are you? And who's rooting for you? Because when you go away, they're going to go away. It was fake love, and they don't contribute to the sport. There's something called the Black Murderers Row. Just look it up, what they had to deal with and why they were called the Black Murderers Row. And guess what? There was a Latino in the Black Murderers Row, Coco Kid. He was black, but he was Boricua. Look it up. Don't come over here talking about how great Tank is. He ain't shit. In the grand scheme, he ain't shit. He hasn't proven shit in the ring, and look at him now. He's everything that we said he was. Before it was a legend. Now I'm sure. He's a coward. He's a woman beater. And the thing that I heard this morning, on the phone call that I got, I'm telling you right now, if that is true, it explains why he's on the run. Because he's trying to go to the moon. Because if this leaks out, if it's true, because I don't know, if it's true, what I heard this morning, it's over for y'all. If it's true, because I don't know. And my boy called me this morning. He said, I don't know, but this is what I was told. I said, well, how reliable is your source? He says, very reliable. I said, sheesh. Well, okay. All right. We'll see. And if that comes out, no Tank channel is going to be safe. Because it's everything that I suspected. You fake ass fans need to go away because y'all ruined boxing, and all the companies did was capitalize off your foolishness, make a ton of money, and they're getting out the game. Bob Arum's going to be fine. Al Heyman's going to be fine. Oscar's scrambling like eggs on a Sunday morning. And Turkey came through with a real bag of money and saying, look, man, just have the best fight the best. Y'all want to make money, come over here and beat your contemporaries. You're going to go to the Hall of Fame because you'll be able to say, at least I fought 5 of my contemporaries and I beat 3 of them. And at one point, I held that TKO belt. And don't look now. They just signed Jai Opetaia and Alexander Usyk. Take that. I'm watching the work. What are y'all watching? Y'all watching bulges in gray sweats. You fairies. Let me get my day started before this ice storm hits New York. Y'all stay warm. Y'all stay safe. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get this workout in. And I'm going to come back home. And I'm going to make some vegetable soup with some barley. And I'm going to try and do 2,000 push-ups today. I'm getting old. But salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation, man. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Please be safe. I love y'all, man, for real. And let me say this. Let me take a moment to shout y'all out. The Strong House is built off of the support of you. And don't think for one second that I don't appreciate y'all. I might not know all of you personally, but many of y'all I've seen over the last few years, y'all have supported. Even, I appreciate the financial support, but it warms my heart to see y'all in my chat, the same faces over the last few years, daily. And don't think for 1 minute that I don't appreciate that. Showing up is support. Sharing the video, support. Everything is support. I've met a lot of solid people over here, and I haven't met a lot of y'all face to face. Some of y'all I have. But this is what social media is supposed to be about. I didn't get on here to make enemies. I came on here to be social. In a good sense. We don't always have to agree on things, but we ain't got to be enemies. We can disagree on boxing. It can get kind of tough, but you know, that happens. And it's okay. And y'all know that there's certain things I don't tolerate. This Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis behavior, I don't, because it's bad for boxing and it's bad for you know, us as people. It's horrible. I've met a lot of fighters through here. Do y'all know that what's his name? Salute to Marcus Walls in that super chat. He said, "Gotta support, man." Salute to you, brother. This is another brother. It's one of my day ones, man. Salute to you. Thank you. Do y'all know Oshaki Foster's a wrench in my chat? Oshaki Foster's a wrench in my chat. Absolutely. Deontay Wilder watches my live streams. Trill Bell probably watching. I met a lot of solid people in here. And I'm supporting a lot of solid fighters, these young fighters. Ofacio, right up here in New York, man. Got these brothers in Jersey, Elijah Pierce. You know what I mean? I'm for the sport. And I started the Painful Excellence podcast because there's other things that this spills into. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the support here on all three of my channels, Bear Cave Entertainment, Painful Excellence Podcast, Drew Titan LLC. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. And my Rumble is popping. You know what I mean? There's going to be times where I'm just going to go live over there. I'll put up on the post. I'm going live only on Rumble because it's going to be a little edgy and YouTube likes to bother us. So when we say hype the video and share it, because they do take us out the algorithm. I caught them in another lie. This is all going into the lawsuit. Oh, he cooking Tank right now. Everybody head over to the General. And we talk boxing over here. And let me take this moment to shout out Stormy B-Man because he is another guy that's one of my day ones. And he evens me out. Because sometimes I go off the hinges and he bring me back. That's like my older brother for real. And he talks boxing. That brother always says, watch the sport. Because when these guys are gone, the sport's still going to be here. And no matter where it is, I'm going to be watching it because I'm intrigued. And I'll be talking boxing. Quantity versus quality. I'll go with quality. So salute to y'all, man. I just want to say that to y'all. And let's head over to the General. Bronx on deck. Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.